Alright, here is the larger version of the crocodile skink that I did earlier today, the smaller version. I've posted a video of that. As you can see, the printer's set up in exactly the same way as I always do. You can see here, that's the print head. And this is all that's required to get the filament from the spool, any spool, through the extruder, the plastic extruder, down the Bowden tube, the filament delivery to a moving head system, basic hot end, standard fans is all that's required. You don't need any extra fans or fan shrouds or direct drive or anything like that, especially if you're printing PLA. I printed well over 3,600 STL files in PLA without issue, and I print in this same fashion all the time. And you know why? Because it works. It has always worked. And I wanted to show something. Well, let me show real quick. These are the springs, not the yellow springs or the chunks of rubber, putting bolts and screws and locking whatever on the springs and screws. This is how it's assembled. This is what came in the box. You can kind of see for yourself. It's the screw, the spring, and the knob. That's it. All four of these are set up exactly the same way. Nothing more is required. Nothing happens to those knobs while it's printing, and I don't understand what is going on to make the knobs unthread themselves. I think something is wrong with the initial setup that makes it so that the springs aren't compressed enough, or at least to the point they should be. So something else is at play there. It has nothing to do with the type of springs. I think it has everything to do with the initial setup. I still use the Z-axis stop switch right there. That sets the Z-axis to 0, same as the X and the Y. It sets the beginning to 0 as it should, so that the print knows where the beginning of the G-code is. I'm going to show real quick here too. There's no electronic gizmo, as usual, as always. It's not required because my surface here, my build plate, is flat. It's known to be flat and will never not be flat. It's a mirror tile. If it was crooked or warped, it would be a clown mirror. Okay, so basically you can see here, this is printing all the way around. There's no raft, there's no brim, there's no extra dried up messy Elmer's glue all over it that needs to be cleaned off constantly. You can see the skirt that goes all the way around. That's the way it should be. That's the way it's always been. I use this, the old school tramming tool. It's basically a 2-inch by 6-inch piece of paper. If you know the paper feeler gauge and the manual tramming tool, that's what this is. It's a piece of paper. Okay, so it's the instead of the CRT, it's the manual human touch. Okay, not CR touch, but the manual human touch. All right, I use my skills in tramming. That's all that's required. You don't need to print any test G codes from the YouTube CHEP videos, because basically the test G code has to be removed. And once you take it off the bed to start a print, you've just messed up what you've just spent all day doing. Okay. Normally a paper feeler gauge takes less than, I don't know, 60 seconds, a minute, and you start printing. That's it. If you know how to do it and you've been taught well and you've mastered the skill, that's it. I want to show this real quick right here. This is the screen. You can see the nozzles at 205 and the heat on the bed is 0. That's the set point. Non-heated bed. Not required. Not required to enforce or reinforce adhesion. It's done right here. You can see it for yourself. No heat. All right. You can see everything's going down specifically, and it's actually on its second layer. So the first layer went down. This foot hasn't been touched with the second layer yet. The print head will move over there and do that, and it'll move up to the third layer and continue on for the next, I don't know, 14 hours. This is a 14-hour print. No big deal. No finger crossing here. All right. Oh yeah, My G code, guess what? It's 93. All my printers have the G code at 93. For me, it was never needed to change. I've done, like I say, 3,600 STL files with the G code at 93. That's it. All right, have a look again. This is a standard, run-of-the-mill, basic, no frills, Ender 3 printer. All right, so there you go. Proof is in the doing. It's doing it right now. Happy printing.